So many people are stuck, imprisoned and chained. We can be so hard on ourselves. We can hurt each other so much. We want to be free. We want to learn freedom.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound.
Yeah, could you sing it?
You don't want me to sing it. It wouldn't be amazing if I sang it.
It would be great.
It would be great, yes.
But do you like the song?
Oh, I love it. You know, it's one of those songs that, well, it comes from the heart. It really does. I mean, the words of John Newton, who composed it, a man who was the captain of a slave ship and who made his living off of selling human beings into slavery. And after a shipwreck, I mean, literally a shipwreck, and some of the slave people he had enslaved helped save his life, he realized that he was put here by a power greater than himself, and then his life would only matter if he would serve that greater power, that creator, that God. And it was some Christian evangelical folk who both followed Jesus and also followed Jesus by helping to change society and end slavery, that he decided that he was going to follow this Jesus. And this Jesus in his way set him free. And this is the origin of this song, Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That's what this song is about.
Yes.
This is a man's life, a person's life.
It's
slaves.
part of your ancestors.
It is,
as
this
well.
song.
And what does the word freedom means to you?
You know, the word freedom, I mean, for an African American who I mean, I'm a descendant of African slaves here in this country. The word freedom was a sacred and holy word. There's an old spiritual that the slaves used to sing, oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom over me, and before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Freedom really was, I mean, it's a word that's trying to capture what it means to be who and what God created you, created us to be. It's God's dream for our lives. Not man's nightmare, but God's dream. And so that word freedom isn't just about political freedom. It's about being able to be who God created us to be.
The defining of
yes.
That's here.
Yeah, and that's what this is singing about.
Yes. And what changes it in you? Because you are not defined by slavery of your ancestors, because you're sitting here as a free man.
You know, it's funny, there's a paradox, even in some of the, the spirituals were the songs of American slaves here. And they were created by slaves. And some of them, if you listen to them, you realize that they actually understood that freedom isn't given or taken by human beings. Just that one slave, oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom over me. And remember, this is a slave singing that, somebody who is legally a slave. But then they say, and before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. They understood that freedom is first something that happens within. And that if you get free within, then your physical emancipation, your freedom without can follow. If you are not free within, you'll never be free without.
Did you experience it the same yourself, that you
Me personally?
from prison into freedom?
You know, I have to admit, I can't say that completely, that I have. I have seen us as a society make that shift and that move.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my Aunt Callie was a Sunday school teacher at 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, when a bomb exploded in that church and 4 little girls were killed in 1960.
She was part of the
teacher
church.
there. Yeah, she taught Sunday school too, right there. America was a slave. America,
Yes.
not just blacks, but blacks
America.
and whites. Everybody. See, that's the diabolical thing about slavery in America. It was not only the slave who was enslaved; it was the master who was enslaved. That system, it was a system, a web of evil.
But you're saying something
every-
very deeply right now, because you're saying that it's not just about persons, it's about a whole system. When you enslave one person, you enslave the whole
You enslave the
system.
whole, right?
Yeah.
Both the person who is enslaved and the person who is doing the enslaving. That's what John Newton.
Yeah,
That's what he grasped.
Totally John Newton.
That's right. He saw that and realized that he was the one being enslaved by enslaving others.
Yes.
And so everybody it's like a web.
Yeah, yeah.
You get caught in it, and the more you try to struggle out of it, the more you get caught in
Yeah.
it. And yet this way of Jesus of Nazareth freed him from that web. It freed the slave master, and it freed the slave. And in the long run, it frees everybody. Everybody was created to be free. Everybody.
Ik sta hier in Noord-Ierland aan de meest fantastische kust. Dit is de plek waar John Newton aankwam met zijn boot en schipbreuk leed. En waar hij brak met zijn oude leven wat hij had als slaveneigenaar. Op deze plek geïnspireerd heeft hij Amazing Grace geschreven. Amazing Grace is een volkslied geworden voor heel veel mensen. Die van binnen niet vrij zijn. Die het nodig hebben om te breken met hun oude leven. En die verlangen naar veel meer dan wat hun leven op dat moment inhoudt. Amazing Grace, how sweet is sound. Een volkslied wat nog steeds van kracht is. Voor altijd.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already
come with us and be set free.
Meer informatie? Kijk op visie.eo.nl/moderne slavernij.
You don't want me to sing it.